Pashparo, YNet7. Thank you for tuning. The replay. So, we're going to get into it. I see the market, it's trying to stabilize. Big board P.E.P for my peeps. All right. I got a story to tell today. You know what I mean? Y'all know I sought this one out. But I looked here and I peeped a little bit of the P.E.P. And I saw the market trying to stabilize. And I heard, I saw in the news, in the reports, that I'm gonna sage this crystal. I got this nice little new addition. Right? That's pretty dope. Look at that back. It's got the bubbles in it. Anhydro. I'm pretty sure it's an anhydro agate or agate. So I'm gonna sage that because I was getting ready to sage this crystal. And scrolling the internet, and I saw this article here, right? You know, it's buzzing, I'm sure. So what and something came to mind because I thought about my last couple videos. So if you've seen the last two videos, just put a 2 in the comments below, right? All right. You know how we do this. Like if you was over the crib, talking. We busting it up right now. We chopping it up, and I'm gonna be doing this while we talking because this is what we would have been doing right now. So what I'm getting at is this, right? If you watch the last two videos, put a 2 in the comments, and then because you'll understand this because the first one, right? This is centered around the game thing, and this is totally fiction. This is in the fictional section of your local library. I'm not saying this is what happened, okay? I just got a story to tell. All right. And I think a lot of y'all, not y'all, because I don't think y'all went with it. But I think a lot of people got tricked. Or in the story, a lot of people get tricked. Right? See, okay, so I said I felt like there was a lot of weird stuff going on, right, this week. We went over that in the last video. Make sure you check that one out. And then we had the internet issues. Like, this is just a lot of stuff going on this week. Now, what they did, I'm looking at this, right? I'm looking at this. Because in the video before, we was talking about how the hedge funds, They take a stock, they throw a lot of money into it, and then they figure out a way to make it valuable. And I was like, boom, that's the thing, right? That's the magic. I said, yo, because we looked at the guy from Chewy in the other video, and this ain't about them, and no. All characters in this story are fictional to protect the innocent. This is a fictional story I just came up with. Like sometimes you be looking at real life and you like, yo, if I made the movie, like, this is how it would go. I'm not saying this is real life, but pay attention, okay? So what I'm getting at is this, right? We did the video that said, hey, look, these hedge funds, they go deep into a stock. They find a way to make it valuable. The stock go up. They get paid. They get paid, right? So I was sitting here, like I said, I was just, oh, wow. You know what? What a coincidence that, Well, I'm glad this is going to be a great relationship we gonna have here. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy of this crystal, right? Anhydro agate would be ancient wisdom, basically an emotional control, giving you clear vision of, ancient wisdom. So check out this, right? I said in the other video, we had said the hedge funds buy a stock and they find a way to make it valuable. Then in the last video before that, or same time, or what, watch the last 2 or 3 videos that had game in them, because this I didn't know this was gonna be a complete book, but it's always the perfect day. All right, that's why you subscribe to the YNet7 channel with that button right there, and you hit the notification bell over there somewhere, and because you like this, you enjoy this content, this information, like you don't get this nowhere else, right? So then I go, what a coincidence, I go to pick up. Well, I didn't know this was even gonna be there. I went to go find it. They were having a sale, and I was let me go check out what they got on crystals, because crystals was on sale. I'm a crystal collector, and they had this. And in the conversation, I was talking to the chick, and she was asking me, and as we were talking, things came up, and she was asking me what I thought about GameStop stock. And I was, we had a conversation. Not this far. This didn't come up. So it's just ironic that the ancient wisdom crystal was at the center of the acquisition of the ancient wisdom crystal. I was having a conversation about the GameStop stock. Then I come and I'm sitting here getting ready to sage it as the sage is burning. Let me get some more. And I had this thought about GameStop. It's like with the ancient wisdom crystal. I don't know. I'm just saying, if it had to be a better coincidence, what more could you ask for, right? All right. So let me give you this story. But let me tell you about the other videos real quick. Let me remind you that we're gonna run through. I know I said it a couple times. We ain't gonna take that long with that. So the hedge funds buy a stock and they find a way to make it valuable, or make the value go up, right? I can't even stop laughing. So we know from my assessment that the GameStop stock, my opinion, I'm no expert. This is not advice. My opinion that the GameStop stock was like they said it was because of console sales, which that meant that was before Christmas, before your December 25th, what y'all call Christmas, and commonly called Christmas. Let me say it like that. And that was like a while ago. And I don't think that's that many PlayStations and Xboxes and all that. But we know that I actually called that part, though, that it was had something to do with a short squeeze. Okay, so that makes sense. But the part that was that would have been because when you sell a product, a great way to sell it is by having a great story. And I remember going over the other video, or doing the video and going over when I was like, yo, they keep using these terms like small army of investors versus the huge Goliath hedge funds, and they had this whole great like story of conquest and like good versus evil, and I was saying that, right? Y'all remember I was telling y'all, go watch the video. It was like the last one. So well, how compelling how fucking compelling is that? David and Goliath. Like, who doesn't want to be David slaying Goliath, or at least see it happen and root for it, right? So wait, I got off track there. So anyway, when you're selling a product, they tend to now in marketing, because hashtag the brand does logos, all this stuff. I mean, we can do anything. I like to create stuff. I just like to help people. You know what I mean? So put it like this: I have a lot of study in psychology, self-study in psychology, and brand study and strategies and all kinds of stuff, energies. Right? That's what this channel is. It's all energy readings. So when you sell something, you give them emotional attachment to your product through a great story. So let's say there was this stock and you buy 1 billion shares of it, right? And you want to make $1 trillion. Well, what if you put this big story out about how it's a David and Goliath story? You know what I'm saying? It's a small army versus it's a 300 movie story. It's a 1980s The Last Dragon story. You are the last dragon. You know what I'm saying? It's a Rambo story. You get what I'm saying, right? I don't know. Put your favorite like David and Goliath story in the comments below. Thou shall overcome everything, all things. You know what I'm saying? Let me see them titles. I'll check them out, see what the storyline about. You know what I mean? So you create this type of story around the stock. Like, man, they're going to war. It's a war. Like, words move people, man. I'm trying to tell you. So I was reading all these stuff yesterday. I was laughing about it, but now it all makes sense in this fictional story of the alternative from the reality of game, right? I'm just gonna call this fictional story GameGate. You know what I mean? Like game, GMEGATE. I'm gonna call that GameGate. It's this fictional story. It may be a book one day, it may be a movie. GameGate. All right, we coining it right here. So you create this story that says it's the little people versus the huge Goliath hedge funds and big mega shorters and right? And you get trillions of people to put in billions of dollars into this stock. And it goes from $20 to $500. So you make all of that money. Like that. If a hedge fund did this in this fictional story, or if the mega rich got together and planned this out in this like fictitious, I'm saying we're gonna write this book, right? We brainstorming this fictitious movie, this fictitious book. We brainstorming right now. Come on, brainstorm with me. If we were like in the movie, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have the elite, the mega rich or the huge hedge funds come together, and they're gonna be like, how are we going to extract the wealth from the world today? And they're like, I got a great plan, boss. I told you I gotta like this. I be seeing the visualizations in my mind, man. Like, you don't understand. That's why I can't talk to people sometimes. But look, right? And they're like, I got a great plan, boss. And he's like, And they like at a big ass table or something, right? And they're sitting there and they're like, all right, share your idea. And then they, it's 2020, it's 2021, right? Or maybe it'd be slightly in the future. Like it'd be like 2025. They just like hit the button on their phone, like poof, and a little clear, transparent laser TV screen that wasn't there, and you can put your hand through because it's not really there. It's like a holographic projection and stuff comes up, and they got like a whole PowerPoint on the motherfucker talking about what if, what if we take this trash stock. Oh, excuse me. I mean, in the story, they're gonna call it trash. I mean, we take this trash stock, right? They're ready to go out of business. Everybody's gave up on them. They're the underdog. You see, you gotta sell it, right? That's why I call it trash. Don't be offended, okay? So it's going out of business. Nobody will ever think about it. It'll be cheap. We can buy a billion, trillion of them, and then, well, what are we gonna do with that? And it's like, but wait. Here's the rub. What we're going to do is we're going to create a campaign that's going to entice all the people to believe they're in a battle between the small and the huge. We're going to call it the David and Goliath of the stock market 2021 battle royale. We're going to sell it on pay-per-view. We're going to have the announcers. We're going to bring in that guy that says, let's get ready to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to pay him some money. You know what I mean? And he's like, go on. This is sounding good. You know what I mean? And the rest of the little committee is sitting around and like, yes, tell us more. And it's like, and they're like, okay, great. Now, if you want me to continue the story, you have to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And they're like, hurry up and subscribe. They're telling their assistants to go subscribe to the channel and shit. And they're like, boss, I'm trying to subscribe, but the internet's still glitching. And they're like, so make it happen now. Right? All right. Back to your story. We're all subscribing. And here's a cigar, by the way. Damn it, you're part of the club now. Right? This is the movie. Come on now. You know what I mean? Big ass Lambo Ferraris and shit outside. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So, and they're like in this island somewhere, right? Like off, they flew the Ferrari in with them on their private jet and pulled it out the jet and drove to the fucking meeting that was only down the corner. But this is how you travel when you got trillions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, go ahead with your story. Let me hear. This is interesting. And he's like, yes, we're going to ignite the flame of passion in the community of Stock World. And they're like showing Stock World on the map over here. And it's like, outlined like a dollar sign symbol, 3D, and then they go, okay, so we're going to buy up a quadrillion, billion shares of this stock known as GME in Stock World. And, in this fictitious story that we're brainstorming right now. And then we're going to ignite the fire in the people with a David and Goliath story, right? And see, we're buying the stock at what will be pennies, $20. And like, $20? That is not a penny stock. And they're like, no, wait, hear the rest of the plan. And so they were like, what we're going to do is, because of the fire that we ignited in the people, they're all going to start to buy into it at a massive amount, and the stock is going to go up like crazy. We're going to buy a quadrillion of them at $20 and get all the people of the world to buy into the stock. And when it gets to 500, we're going to shut down the whole world, and we'll be able to sell it all off for a profit of $480 a share. And they were like, that would be the greatest play in history. Do you think we could pull it off, team? And they were like, then the Mission Impossible music came on, like doom 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 doom. You know what I'm saying? And the little dude come down like with the wire from the roof, like with a package, and it's like, here. And the guy that was giving like the whole story was like, that's your answer. And he opens the package, and it says like it's a demand for a ransom of like 5% would be his fee, because he brought the story to the committee, right? And they were like, yo, that's gangster. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, they cut him the deal for 5%. Right? Now, you guys tell me what happens at the end of the movie. Put that in the comments below. I'm Pasha Pyro. It's YNet7. Big Board Pep. Thank you for tuning the replay.